Hey y'all. Man, I have had such a busy week. I mean, for me anyway, because normally I don't do anything. I'm like so bored all the time. I just go to work, come home, watch a little YouTube, go to sleep. That's pretty much it. But oh my goodness, this week there were so many different things I had to deal with. Like for starters, my iPhone. Now, remember when I got the iPhone 16 Pro? I thought that it would be better in terms of handleability because I'm so clumsy. And so I was like, it's going to be fine. And I got it. And let me tell you, I got the 512 storage, so I paid almost $1,600 for that stupid phone after tax. And I have to say, the cameras on my 15 were better. But yeah, the sound volume wasn't really loud, and when I would put the headphones on, it would be even worse. And the battery life wasn't that great, and I was like, you know what? I better see how much longer I have to return this thing because I don't like it. And I was so lucky because I went to Apple's website thinking I had like 30 days from the time I got it, and the next day was my return opportunity closed. So I was like, oh my goodness. So I jumped on it. I snapped up a label and all that. And then I decided, I might as well get the 16 Pro because I've always had the Pro. I mean, it's better in every way all the time. Not just in size, but it usually is longer battery, of course. Sometimes a bigger speaker, so it's a little louder. And sometimes they do one or two things that make it better than just the Pro. So I thought, for all that money, let me get the Pro and the Pro Max. And if I don't like it, I'll just return that one too. I'm like Goldilocks when it comes to phones. But I ordered that one because it said that if I ordered it by 10 a.m., it would be at my house the next day. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Because I don't want to be without a phone more than a day. I mean, I have other phones. I have Android phones. And I even have my iPhone 11 Pro Max. But I wanted the brand new phone. Okay, that's the reason. And I kept checking the website for shipping because I had just gotten the 16 Pro. And that one, as soon as I ordered it, practically it shipped. And it said it would be next day express. So I was like, okay, cool. But this one didn't say that. It just kept saying, processing. And then when it finally showed up with the date, it was like a week from that day. And I was like, no, that's no good. So I called Apple to find out, hey, is there a delay? And she was like, well, sometimes it just says that to give us enough time. But then when it ships, it gets there the next day. And I was like, sometimes? I am not waiting a week. Especially in my life, because I never have nothing going on. So I'm like refreshing the page like 50,000 times a day. I didn't want to go that route. So even though I had ordered the unlocked version, because that way you can use it on CDMA networks and GSM networks, and you're not locked to any carrier. And it's just always better all the way around. If you don't have to pay more, why not get one like that? Plus, you don't get the bloatware from the carrier. And they don't, they can't lock you to their network. It just works all the way around better. But since I was so nervous that it wasn't going to come the next day, I was just like, okay, I'll just return that one and I'll go into the store and pick it up. And I did. And I was so glad because from the second I took it out of the box, it topped the iPhone Pro in every way. Not trying to throw shade at that phone. And I personally thought it would be just as good, but I have to say the Pro Max, when I picked it up in my hand, it just felt so substantially better. And I felt like, well, now this is a $1,600 phone. Plus, the whole reason that I didn't want the 16 Pro Max is because in my older age, I'm a clumsy ass fool. And I didn't want to drop it because I don't put cases on my phone. I hate the way phones look with cases and the way they feel. And your finger never can go right to the edge. And just little, idiosyncrasies I have with my phone. But I found this magnetic holder ever since, they do the MagSafe now. Anything that's magnetized, it'll just stick to it. But you don't have to stick it permanently. It just will lift right off. So I found this phone holder, and I'm going to insert a video at the end of this. In fact, I have a ton of videos to insert at the end. Hopefully y'all hang out that long. But anyway, so I'm just so glad I did it because it's so easy to handle with that MagSafe holder, and just happier in every way. So yeah. So the other thing that it was bugging me so much. Every time I got up out of my chair, Bella would steal it. And it's not that that's a big deal, but I don't like being like mean to her or chasing her or saying get off, And I mean, I need to sit in my chair, right? And she would do it like 20 times a day, and I'd always have to scoot her off. And I don't know why, I'm just ridiculous, I guess. But I didn't like being unkind to her like that. So I Googled it, and I'm like, why does my cat keep stealing my chair? And of course, there were a million reasons, but none of them really offered anything that you could like put a stop to it. So I just decided to get me my own new chair and let her have that one. And to be honest, she claimed it from the day I got it. I had just finished building it, and I put it out in the living room, and within 1 second she ran over to it, and before I could do anything, she clawed it and got like 5 claw marks right in it. I couldn't believe it. But anyway, so I got myself a new chair, and I gave that one to Bella. And I was like, you know what's going to happen, right? As soon as you intend for a cat to do something, they are no longer interested. So I didn't think she'd go near it once it was her chair, but she did. She's been on it like 50 times since I did that the day before yesterday. So I think that she loves having her own chair. So yeah. I mean, not that she doesn't have her own everything. She got beds, she got cushions, she got my whole bed, she got everything. But I don't know. My little Bella. But yeah. Oh, and speaking of her, my daughter sent me, she was like, send me a picture of Bella. I want to try something. And so I sent her a picture. And the next thing you know, she sends me back a video, like 20 seconds. And it was AI, and it had Bella singing a song, and it was so cute. I mean, I am not looking forward to AI because I know that it's just going to screw everything up so much more, because people argue already over so much, and in our courts, it's probably going to impact the law. It's going to impact everything, and I just don't think people are able to handle that kind of sophisticated video, and they're not going to be able to tell the difference, and there's going to be all this, well, anyway. But for the purposes of a Bella singing video, it's really, really cute. I'm going to attach that video too. And then I attached right after that the one that she saw that made her say, hey, send me a picture of Bella. I want to try this. So it's really cute, really cute. But yeah, and so what else? The fires, I haven't been watching as much because, I see where a lot of the sadness has turned to outrage, and everybody is so up in arms, and I don't even have to go that far to the news to see stuff like that. I could just kind of stay on YouTube, I guess. But yeah, it's really wild. I mean, I thought from the minute it happened, I was like, this is going to impact us over here in Texas in so many ways, like the whole country. I mean, yeah, it's going to be probably bad, but I mean, it's probably going to make so many prices of things go up. I mean, right now, I think it's only about 50,000 people displaced. But yeah, so I'm just waiting to see the fallout of that. It's pretty crazy that those government officials all haven't resigned yet. I keep turning on Megyn Kelly, waiting to see Karen Bass resigned, and I forget the fire chief's name, and Gavin Newsom, but they're all still hanging in there. For dear life, probably. But yeah. And so I remember last week I was like, I don't know, I was kind of bummed because I had been to Patty's Playhouse over Christmas and New Year's, and I was bummed because the content was getting really kind of repetitive and just so much harping on personal things of KCLs and everything. So I was going to just stop watching. And then I was like, I saw somebody make a comment, and, she kind of got her head bit off, and I was like, that's not cool. And I was going to just stop watching and just find something else to do. But then I thought about it, and I was like, well, I really like Patty. I mean, I started visiting her channel because I felt she was really kind and just such a great hang and fun to listen to. So I thought I would, actually leave her a comment, and I tried to leave it in a good spirit, like I mentioned last week, and I was hoping that it wouldn't create some brouhaha, and it didn't, so that's good. But it's interesting because I went back and I saw that it had like 8 likes. I kept getting notifications, and I was like, wow. I kept, every time it said someone with your comment, I was like, uh-oh, what's this new fresh hell? But nothing ever jumped off, which was good. And then, I did think maybe Patty, well, okay, so then I said, well, let me give her another try after my comment went by a couple of days. And I was pretty surprised because I didn't see one negative comment to anybody, any listeners. Everybody seemed in good spirits, and she really didn't touch on KCL subject at all. And I thought, oh, this is great. And so then I was like, well, I'm surprised that, I know she must have read my comment, but she didn't say anything. Like, I would have expected her to either say, back off, bossy, I know what I'm doing, or thanks, bossy, I'll keep it in mind, or something, but she didn't. And it really doesn't surprise me because, I don't know, even though I always show Patty so much, I subscribed to her channel, I paid subscription, and I always, was anything that she hosted, I came in. I just never got the impression that she really cared for me. I know a couple of times that I would be in a chat if she would come in it. I never say hi to anybody in the chat because, it's like you start to say hi and then everybody says hi, and the next thing you know, I take up enough of the screen as it is with my big mouth and my comments. But at least I'm trying to contribute. But, hi, I just think it gets on people's nerves. So I never say hello when I walk in a room. But if somebody says hello to me, I'll definitely always respond. And I did notice that the few times that Patty walked in when I was in a chat, I would always, just out of deference to her, because, I know she's so well-liked and popular. So it just kind of makes you want to show a little extra respect, I guess. And I would always say, hi, Patties. And I would like put an emoticon with a heart and a hug or whatever. And never once, I must have done that, even though I never say hi first, or to anybody, really. I don't like to do that. Or bye. I don't like to say bye either. I noticed that of the 20 or 30 times that I would say, hi, Patty's Playhouse, she never once said, hi, bossy. Never. Not once. So I wasn't surprised. I just always got the impression, like I said, that maybe she didn't really care for me. But, when you have as big a mouth as I do, and you're in the chats and you're constantly voicing your opinion and you can't shut up, because I can't. I think that sometimes you might get on people's nerves and they don't cotton to that. And, I'm okay with that. I own it. I know it. Sometimes I know there is somebody else that always takes up the whole screen, and I'm just like, not naming names. But anyway, so I was surprised at that. But I did want to say that I did catch that she was sponsoring or about to sponsor these headphones, these little headphones, over the ear ones. It's so funny because I had been looking. I went and bought the AirPods Pro 2. The one with the hearing test and with the, it had a couple of upgrades. I still have Pro 1, but I don't know what they did with the iPhone update. None of the AirPods will connect on their own, and they just keep disconnecting and not connecting and not recognizing and saying they can't pair. And I thought, oh, it must be me, or it must be that new iPhone 16. But no, it's both. It's 18.2, I'm sure. So I then was like, okay, I'm going to just get a different set of headphones and see how they go. And I was looking for a set, and I just seen those that Patty said, the over-the-air Let Me Cozy Fits. And they are great. I have to say, they are really good. I mean, they connect right. Well, that's Bluetooth 5.2, whatever. It connects a lot better than the older Bluetooth, but it works with the iPhone. And I got to say, they are really comfortable. Just like she said, you don't even feel that they're on there. They were only $39.99. And yeah, I love them. Litmy, Lytmi, I want to say. Lytmi. Yeah, they're really good, and they charge quick, and they have like a long charge life. So those were great. So that was part of my exciting week, getting those and them working out, because I am the return queen. Every single thing I buy, I never like. I always have to return it. I mean, not everything, so I don't really buy anything that much anymore, because I know how I am. Like after COVID, I stopped buying and returning because it was so hard to do it. I just broke that habit. But anyway, yeah. And so I've just been, I got that new iMac, and I have to say it's hard to learn it. I mean, I couldn't even figure out the basic functions of anything. So really all I've been doing is playing Gin Rummy on it, which I really love, but I traded in my old iPhone to get it. So I didn't really spend the money for it because my iPhone 16 Pro Max was worth like $850. And I just hated that phone because iPhone 15. Yeah, because it was in the case and I hadn't come across that magnetic holder. So it was just big and clunky. And it's the first phone I ever had with the case and I hated it. But yeah, so I got to learn more about the iMac, but it's so hard to figure anything out. I mean, you just feel, it almost feels like you're trying to use a computer with no hands. That's how I feel. Like nothing works. No double clicks work. I can't figure out how to start a video, silence a video, or any of the basic commands. And I keep Googling them and then it'll tell you, but then by the time a few minutes go by or the next day, I can't remember. It's a hard learning curve. And Apple used to be so easy. I mean, but I'm hip to their game because, I realized something about them, and I don't know if anybody else would notice this, but I notice all these stupid things. So Apple, it doesn't want you to be able to delete things. It makes deletions and multiple deletions so hard. And I figured out why they do that because like when I first started using them, they were so easy to do everything. But lately, like I have so many voice memos, like 50 or 60 or 80 or whatever, a lot of them. And I'm like, I need to get rid of these. But when I try to select them, you have to do one by one and then it goes away and you don't know if that's the next one or the one before. And you're just like, uh-oh, I might want to keep this one. And you just go in this loop of confusion. Confusion could be me, but really I think it's them, and I think it's the truth also with pictures. And that was part of the reason I was so happy to get an iMac, because I thought, well, I'll really be able to select my pictures having that big screen and everything, and I can delete, like I have, I don't know, 90,000 photos or some ridiculous amount. And I was like, I'll be able to go through them, and nah, you can't, because the way they do everything, like if you click on one and then you go to click on the next and then you try to make the row go up, and then if you accidentally are touching the mouse, it selects like 50 of them. And I think the reason why they make it so hard to delete things is so that you won't delete things, so that you just have to keep buying larger capacity storage each month. I'm almost convinced that that's true. But yeah, I mean, I could just be, that could just be a tinfoil hat thing. But I really think so, because I've noticed that they don't make it easy. And yeah, and that's it. And then the last thing is I made a Bella video that I thought was so cute, because yesterday when I was getting ready to go to sleep, she was in the bed and she just had a look on her face that I just was like, I could not love you any more, Bella, than if you were a human baby. And I mean, I really think that's true. So you have to watch that video. I'm attaching it at the end like all the others. So yeah, I hope you stay tuned, because I think they're pretty good. But if you listen this far, thank you and take care. And the other thing is the inauguration. I'm so excited about that. I didn't even vote for Trump, but when I heard it was going to be indoors, I was so happy, because like whenever I turn on the parade in New York or something in the winter, and I watch these people just like freezing and frost coming out of their mouth, and I'm just like, oh my God, those poor people. I'm like brought right back to when I used to live in New York, and I used to take the express bus into Manhattan in the mornings. And I mean, in the cold days, it was so unbelievable, because you would like dress in all these layers, and you would even wear like 2 pairs of gloves. Like one was bulky glove that went on top of the tight fitting glove, so that if you had to put your token in or pay for something, you could, take off the outer glove. And I mean, I would just wear double and triple everything, and you'd be freezing. It really didn't help, because the first second that you walked outside, that wind chill would just cut through you and you might as well be naked. I mean, it was terrible. But you'd be freezing so bad, and then the bus would finally come and you would get on it, and the bus driver would have the heat up to like 80, 90 degrees, and you'd be dying in all these clothes, and you had to ride for like an hour and a half in traffic, all hot like that, and then get out into the blistering cold. I just do not miss that at all. But anyway, back to the inauguration. So I'm really excited, but I am a little nervous. I'm glad that it's indoors because I think that will make it that much easier to secure everything. But it's still, I will really rest, take a deep, breathe a sigh of relief when he is finally sworn in. I honestly have to say, I did not vote for Trump, but I really like all the things that I'm seeing, just the flavor of the country. It just seems like it's just so much better ever since, he's in and Biden's out. So fingers crossed on that. Really looking forward to it. Okay, that's it. That's all I got, y'all. Thanks for listening. Bye now. I wanted to show y'all my brand new iPhone holder because that's what made me feel comfortable going from the Pro to the Pro Max. It's magnetic and it is so, it's never coming off, okay? And yet it's such a good, like that. And then to lift it, oops, you get in there and it just, you can stand it any way you want. Or this way. Yeah, pretty cool. But the great thing is that you get it off so easily. It's magnetic, so it's not permanent. So when you go to put it on, you don't even have to find the right spot. It finds it because it's such a strong magnet. So I wanted to share that with y'all. Okay, bye now. You see that? It says, I love Bella. And there's a picture of Bella. Oh, yeah. And also, if anybody's wondering what that little nubby thing is, I was saying in that other video, it's my magnetic cable holder. Where is it? You just buy it comes with 6 of these cables and 9 nubs because there's all different kind of connectors, whether it's Type-C or Apple Lightning or micro USB Type 2. And it's so cool because you never have to, there you go. You never have to plug it in. Let me do it this way. Much better. Okay. See, it's not charging. And then, there you go. Charging. So cool. And I mean, I have them all around my house. Every single thing that takes a connector. I must have bought over 5 packages of them. So I have 100 cords all over. Anyway, that's it on that. Go for it, Bella. Do it to your heart's content. That's your chair now. That's your chair, Bella. Go crazy. Go nuts. Cats never do anything when you give them permission. Huh, Bella? But at least you're using the chair, and that's the most important thing. When I first got that chair, I was I put it out in the living room, and within 2 seconds, she clawed it so fast, her nails just punctured it. And I was so mad for a minute, and then I was just And after a week, she just kind of ruined it. But I was oh well, I love Bella more than a chair. Right, Bella? Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? See tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? See tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the Okay, I've come to the conclusion that I could not love Bella more if she were a human baby. Bella, if you were human, I couldn't love you more. Do you understand that, Bella? I love you as much as a human, real baby. Bella. Bella. You're so adorable. You're so adorable, Bella. You're so cute. You're so cute. And you don't need a diaper change. Can't beat that, huh, Bella? Huh, Bella? Yeah, that's like a bonus. You're better than a human baby, Bella. All right, I'm going to stop making videos of you because you're so cute. But you're using up all my phone memory. Bye, Bella. Okay,